Jennifer Lopez couldn't have said that any better. Welcome to our viewers in Nigeria and across Africa. It's the conversation on TOS Television Network today, Monday, 25th of October 2021. And as always, we're reaching you from Abuja, that's Nigeria's capital city. My name is Adesuwa Osui.
And I am Sagir Ibrahim. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Yes, so we move straight into stories and happenings from across Africa, and this is from Uganda. So Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni on Sunday, that's yesterday, said the deadly blast that occurred in Kampala late Saturday appeared to be an act of terrorism. It seemed to be a terrorist act, Museveni tweeted on Sunday. I beg your pardon.
Quite unfortunate there.
Yes.
We move forward. Intensified fighting between the Somali National Army and its former ally Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah ASWJ in the Somali state of Galmudug killed at least 30 people and left over 100 injured. Residents and hospital officials have said.
What a way to start the morning. Moving away from that to Namibia, the Namibian Health Ministry on Saturday, in a statement, said the country is temporarily halting the administration of the Russian Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccine. The development is coming days after the drugs regulator in South Africa flagged concerns about the safety of the vaccine for people who are at risk of HIV. What's your take on, you know, I think this has happened more than one time in South Africa where they had to halt administration of a particular brand of vaccine because they were scared for the safety or because they felt it was adulterated and all of that. And then this is happening in Namibia again.
Well, what I can say is the vaccines have been tested and their efficacy has been guaranteed to a large percentage, but that doesn't mean, you know, that these countries they are going to does not carry out their own follow-up checks.
Oh, yeah.
Now, in a situation where they find out that the efficacy or the vaccines might be, you know, it might pose some dangers to their populations, of course, they have to halt it and then ensure that it's safe to consume before they proceed, you know, with administering the vaccines, the inoculations and all of that. So I believe in this situation, the government is just trying to play safe, you know, to ensure no fatalities is recorded from inoculation from this vaccine, because we've seen and heard in the past where certain people were vaccinated and might have died as a result of this vaccine. So this is just a way of saying, guys, let's be careful. Let's ensure, you know, we do the best from our end to prevent such from happening.
Okay. It doesn't necessarily mean that vaccine, you know, isn't effective against COVID-19. Talking about COVID-19, bringing a COVID-19 update from across Africa right now. And after that, we're going straight into the big story.
Still watching the conversation. You can be part of the conversation by connecting with us on our various social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TOS TV Network. You can also watch the conversation via our website at www.tostvnetwork.com, as well as via YouTube at TOS TV Network. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It is the big story segment. The crux of the conversation this morning's focus is going to be on business, harnessing non-fungible token opportunities. We have with us, joining us via telephone, as a matter of fact, the founder of Crypto Bootcamp, and his name is Obinna Iwuno. Good morning, Mr. Obinna.
Hello, good morning, Merciful.
Yes, thanks for joining us on the show once again. It's Sagir, by the way. So I want to ask you, like, quite a lot of people have been hearing NFT, non-fungible tokens. And me, for example, the first time I heard it had to do with, I think, trading art or thereabout. So I would like for you to explain, you know, what NFTs mean and how it applies in the crypto space.
Okay, NFTs, like you said, it's non-fungible tokens, right? And they are a digital representation of a physical asset.
Okay.
So what NFTs are is actually a digital asset. So instead of having this your asset in physical form, you have it in digital form, NFTs. Now, when you say a token is fungible, it means it can be recreated. Right? So a fungible token is a token that can be recreated to represent the same value.
Okay.
But a non-fungible token means it is unique. You can't recreate it. So one NFT is an original.
Okay.
You can't recreate the same NFT twice.
Okay.
All right. So this gives it a very sense of high value and exclusivity, which is the reason why you would want to convert your physical assets to digital assets. Yeah. So some also come outrightly as digital assets. Okay. So you must be familiar with people who are into art and how they value artworks and the pricing, and you hear crazy things, not really crazy because it's the value attached to it, but in this part of the world, it will sound crazy how somebody could just buy a piece of painting for $100 million. The reason why that is sold like that, because that's the only painting of that painting in existence. All right. So even if it is duplicated, it's not like the original. All right. But look at the beautiful thing about the NFT. Once an NFTs, they are verifiable digital assets that are stored and secured on a blockchain. Now, when you put it on a blockchain, it has been time-stamped. All right. And so a digital identity has been given to it. It's assigned to it through a digital ID through which it is verifiable. And so anytime you enter that ID on the blockchain, it is going to lead you right to that NFT, and that it is the only one in existence. So if anybody is even trying to create something similar, the timestamp is already an assignment of value that this is the real one. This is the first one, Give you an example. There was a recent controversy with the song We Maker by Sinach just some months ago, where an online publication came out and attributed the ownership of the song to Michael W. Smith. We all in Nigeria know that Michael W. Smith is not the owner of that song, that Sinach has made that song for years before it became very popular across the world, especially during the lockdown. A lot of people were singing it, and Michael W. Smith remade the song. Now, what happened when that publication came out? Some people on the Sinach and PR team had to go and also release a counter publication to clarify the fact that Sinach is the original owner of that song. But if that song has been made initially as an NFT, there wouldn't have been any reason for that. It's just a matter of releasing the ID of that NFT, wallet address, and you put it on the blockchain, and you see the timestamp that Sinach is the first person who made this song.
Okay.
And so that's basically what an NFT is. Presently, the people who are exploiting NFTs the most are the people in the art world. But NFT can be used for a whole lot of things.
All right, because I was going to ask you what kind of assets can be digitized. Is it limited, or every and any asset can be digitized?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I was asking what kinds of assets can be digitized, I beg your pardon. Is it limited to some assets, or any and every asset can be digitized?
Yeah, every asset can actually be digitized.
Okay.
It's not only artwork.
All right.
When the whole NFT stuff started, it was just artists who utilized it first to digitize artwork and sell them as digital assets. But recently, a Canadian rapper sold 1 million units of his album in 59 seconds as NFT. Sold each 1 million for $1. Now what has that done? The utilization of NFT for the release of his album made it cheaper because it cut out all of the middlemen who would have driven up the price because they are going to earn a commission from it, and also the artist is supposed to also earn from it. So everybody's earning is infused into this album, and it drives up the price. Another thing also is that when you drive up prices like that, you can actually limit others from getting access to it because humans are also price conscious. But by the elimination of those middlemen utilizing NFTs, he was able to, imagine, he sold 1 million copies in 59 seconds. He went multi-platinum.
Wow.
And do you know the beautiful thing? Those 1 million copies are the only copies that ever be created.
Okay.
And now he has not only made money for himself, he has also created wealth for his fans. Because now a fan who would want to resell that album in the future is going to be reselling it at a higher value. And the beautiful thing about NFTs is they are not like your Web 2.0 platforms. For example, if I want to send you a PDF, maybe a book, all I do is I just send you a copy of the book and I still retain the same copy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But with an NFT, if I am sending it to you,
You're losing it.
You're the new owner.
Okay.
I cannot send it to you and still retain it.
Okay. Mr. Obina, unfortunately.
Ownership.
Okay, Mr. Obina, thank you so much for your contribution on the conversation this morning. Unfortunately, we're out of time. I wish we could continue with the conversation, but that's where we are right now. Thank you so much for joining in. I do hope we do this next time.
All right, thank you.
Yes, and that's it for the conversation this morning. Remember, you can be part of the conversation by connecting with us on our various social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TOS TV Network. You could also watch the conversation via our website at www.tostvnetwork.com and via YouTube at TOS TV Network. Don't forget to subscribe. My name remains Sagir Ibrahim.
And my name is Adeswell C. Thank you so much for joining us, and do remember to stay safe always.